Hello everybody. I'm going to make some mashed potatoes to go with my ribs. And so I'm using russet potatoes. I prefer Yukon Gold, but I don't have any, so these are fine. Real simple. I prefer to peel mine. Some people just cook them with the peels on and then peel them afterwards, and I understand that they're trying to prevent the water from absorbing into the potato, and that I'm sure that happens, but I have rather large pieces when I boil mine, so it's most likely it's not going to absorb that much water compared to boiling them whole. Myself some water before they turn brown. And I put a teaspoon of salt in the water too. I don't know if it really makes a difference. That's what I've done all my life. That's what my grandparents did. I'm sure that's what their grandparents did. So here, let me get a knife. Yeah, I should have done all this before I started recording. It's kind of boring watching me peel potatoes, but I never said I was a great cinematographer. Another reason I peel my potatoes is it's easier to spot the bad spots. You can just cut them out. That's what that little thing on the end of your potato peeler is right there. That's for cutting out the bad spots. I realize some of you guys already know that, but just in case you don't know it, now you do. Looks like I'm going to have to put a little bit more water in here because they're not quite covered up. A little bit more water. But you want it to have at least a ½ inch to an inch of water covering them up. Alrighty, let's go and turn this on. Right there. Okay, yeah, and I make mine, I don't use milk, I use whipping cream or heavy cream, sour cream, butter, salt, and pepper. That's all I use. Now, sometimes I will take some garlic and smash up some garlic or get some garlic paste and put in there. Right now I don't have any garlic, so I'm going to use some garlic powder and put about a teaspoon of garlic powder in when the time comes. Garlic powder. Now I'm going to wash a knife and do some stuff. So I'll talk to you when the potatoes are done. Okay, welcome back. This is Living with Grandpa John. We are doing some buffalo ribs today. But first, I'm going to have an adult beverage. And these people are not sponsoring me. It's just that this was a gift from a friend of mine. And it's ABK6 Cognac. It's a product from France. And for single, they refer to it as a single estate cognac, or single malt cognac. Very good. I don't know what it cost because I didn't buy it, but my friend bought it for me, and I'm going to have a glass of it. I don't have a brandy sniffer, which probably would be the proper way to serve it. But here, cheers. Now this is a discussion that's come up numerous times. And to me, I guess it really doesn't matter. I'm just curious. Do you have lumpy mashed potatoes or do you have creamy mashed potatoes? Now, I like lumpy mashed potatoes. I like little chunks of potato in there. And also when I do mine, normally I have chopped up garlic. So little chunks of garlic floating in there too. But that's personal preference. But if you're going to do creamy mashed potatoes, I guess you can use garlic powder, or you can use puree, garlic puree. I'm just curious, if you, in the comments, if you guys put down, what do you prefer? Chunky or creamy? It doesn't matter. I mean, everybody's their own person. I'm just curious. Leave some comments for me, please. I do my mashed potatoes a little differently than a lot of people. Like I said, I don't use milk. I use whipping cream, or they call it heavy whipping cream. So, and of course I use butter. So we're going to start by just mashing them, get it started. Now a lot of people use ricers when they do the taters, and then I thought about actually spending the money to buy one, but then I realized that I kind of like my mashed potatoes to have just a little bit of a chunk to it, not necessarily creamy smooth. Now you guys could like creamy smooth, that's true. And if that's the case, buy a ricer. Okay. Get some salt and pepper. About a teaspoon and a half. And good old-fashioned black pepper. And some garlic powder, about a teaspoon and a half. Okay, start by mixing that up, get that incorporate it a little bit. I want to do it while it's still hot. Now, normally I'd have it on the stove, but since I have such a small amount, put in about half a box. And you got this one lady on YouTube that's always like, smell your dairy, which I agree with. Now this one is a pint, so I use about half a pint. And now I got some Irish butter, and I like Irish butter. I would not normally use it because it's expensive, but Costco had it on sale, so I stocked up. I can't pronounce it. Kerrygold, pure Irish butter. So, and I noticed that unlike some of the other butters, it doesn't become really solid, hard, like other butters do sometimes. So, put in a few dollops, a few teaspoons, a few chunks. Let's start with that and see how it does. At this point, I'm going to put it back on the heat, but low heat. I don't want to burn it. I just want to incorporate everything, keep it warm. Last but not least, putting in a couple tablespoons of sour cream. Because I just like the way it gives a little tang to it. That's about 3.5, 4 tablespoons. Good stuff. I'm going to put in a couple more pads of butter, just because I like mine extra rich.